Fuck All That Oppose podcast version 1. Today is December 4th. I am E, and with me, as always, my compadre Dave. Dave, how's it going?
Not bad. How about yourself?
Good, good, good. You just lit up the old ciggy, right?
Yeah, got you there. Way ahead of you.
All right, so we've got a couple things to talk about. This is our first official podcast, so we've got a little bit of an agenda. We've got want to talk a little bit about the new site coming out, FATOonline.com. We've got some Left 4 Dead review talk to go on, and to finish it all off, we'll talk about Dave's new name in the clan as we start anew. We want to make sure he's got a manly and masculine name. So, Dave, first we'll just kind of talk about Left 4 Dead. You've kind of had a little bit of experience with it. What do you think?
Well, my first impression was I ran through some single player, and I kind of liked how it felt, and I liked how part of it felt kind of like watching a movie, how the zombies would rush you, or the infected would rush you and come out of nowhere, and they really did use their environment. And then I thought I'd try a little bit of the online or co-op, or so I joined that, and another thing I was surprised for at first was the teamwork. How you rely on your teammates to keep you alive, and then when you get rushed by a horde of the infected and they take you over, it's up to your teammates to knock them off you. And quite a few FPSs that I've played lately have really been lacking in the teamwork aspect, and I found that quite interesting. But there is a few other things that I was a little let down on, and we can touch on that. Let's get your first impression, Jeremy.
I don't know. I love the teamwork as well. I think that if you're gonna play this online with your buddies, it's a good short burst of fun. I think overall though, it's crap. You'll find, in our clan, that we're pretty candid, and I think this game turned out to be a big pile of shit for me. I'm gonna be honest. It was a lot of fun to play, by myself. Online, it's even funner. But I think we're not gonna really see it be successful until we start getting like mods and map packs, because I just think going through the game as it is now, it's just too short. And yeah, it's cool to have be part of those people where they save you, and then and then the hordes rush you, but that shit wears off. There's not a whole lot of variety. It's a lot of killing and a lot of helping your teammates, and that's it. The story was mediocre. I didn't really have a good time with the story. I don't know. Overall, for me, it just wasn't my thing, I guess. I don't know.
Well, that's kind of what Left 4 Dead seems to be. It's a kill or be killed type of game, and as far as the storyline goes, you never really do get to find out what really caused everything. It's just you got the 4 survivors, and then you got the zombies or the infected, but you never really get to find out what caused everything. And I guess that kind of makes me think that they really weren't focusing so much on the single player campaign.
Yeah, I think they were definitely focused online, right? They were or multiplayer. I think the co-op was, and I wonder how much of it was taking that Zombie Panic source game, and really trying to do their own. Because how long has that Zombie Panic been out?
Well, I think Zombie Panic has been out. Zombie Panic came out after, I think, the buzz about Left 4 Dead. The buzz about Left 4 Dead's been around for quite a while. The game has been in production for quite a while, and I think that's part of the reason that there's a lot of people let down out there, is because the game's been known, and the name Left 4 Dead's been floating around for a long time, and I think the hype machine is kind of what let people down. You hear about something for so long and how great it's supposed to be. It's just like hearing about a movie, from all your friends, and everybody thinks it's so great. Your expectations are built up, and then you're let down when it's finally released. So
yeah, definitely agree. I think that when I played Zombie Panic, obviously that's all online and multiplayer. Whereas you can do both with Left 4 Dead. So I think Left 4 Dead, I kind of wanted it to be more with the campaign and single player mode. And then when I went online, it was more like Zombie Panic, and I think that's still the case online. I guess, yeah, if the hype machine for me kind of made it more to be. When you look at the trailers, it says right there, it's like follow the story of these four survivors and be one of them, and see what happens. So I was kind of like, yeah, the Resident Evil thing, it's gonna be great. I'm gonna tell the story of how they got infected and we're survivors and we're trying to get out of the fucking city. But no, you beat the first campaign and you picked up a heli and it ends and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, what the fuck, what's going on? Oh well, just then you go to the next one and it's like another 2 hours of your time and all you do is go through four different chapters and it's 2 hours to complete the chapters and then that ends and you're like, wait a minute, what happens? It's like new story for each time, and it just really pissed me off. So I'm gonna be honest. Any closing thoughts for me? I'm gonna have to give it a shit review and just a big bummer. I mean, we haven't really come up with a rating system. I'd probably, if I, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it a 6.
I'd probably lean more towards. I'm right there with you. I'd lean more towards a 5 or 6 too myself. Um, Another positive thing, I guess, I would have to say, even if I absolutely 100% hated this game, um, one thing I do have to say about it is the AI factor. Uh, the the AI director in this game is pretty good, and the way they use their environment is they come at you and they come at you hard and they come at you, different directions in different ways when you play the game. It kind of keeps each time you play the game a little different. You get a different experience out of it, and that's something I don't run across too much, but uh, more publishers and stuff are starting to implement that more. I think, where they're looking for ways to keep the game new and refreshing every time you play it. But still, as you stated earlier, uh, Left 4 Dead is pretty much what you stated earlier. It's a basic shooter, and you get short bursts of fun out of it. And really, after we've been hearing about it for so long, and the hype machine built it up, I think we expected a little bit more than an hour's worth of fun each time you go to play it.
Yeah, well, good call. So even with the AI, it's still a 6 for you, or 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's a 5 or 6 at tops. It's 6 tops, but so I'm right there with you on your rate.
All right, good stuff, good stuff. So also the one thing, moving on, the one thing I want to talk about is the new FATO site. Our old FATO site, FATOonline.com, came down. There are multiple reasons for it. We don't want to focus on them, but what we do want to focus is on the new site. And I just want to kind of talk briefly about some new improvements, and maybe I can do half of them, you do the other half. But some of the neat things that are coming out is we're going to have obviously private messaging between members. That's a huge one. That'll be fun. We're going to have some customizable content. You'll be able to, it'll be more like a desktop feel, more of an application feel where you'll be able to customize the background, download those backgrounds, move stuff around, stuff like that. Download library will go back to, our file library used to be just very open. You'll still have to be a member, but it won't be as machine-like as it is. It'll go back to being more free and open, and you link directly to the files instead of having to go through a process. Mobile's kind of probably my funnest thing, and I'll let you kind of give your thoughts after I'm done here, Dave. But mobile's kind of my funnest baby here. Is you'll be able to, using the site, message someone. So if you want to do a raid, if you're playing WoW, or you want to see if Bob is available to come kick ass with you on BF2, you use the site to send them a message and actually write from, if Bob gets that message on his cell, he can actually reply and it'll go right back to you on the site. So that's kind of some neat stuff, and there's going to be some more sharing, and that's the gist of it, dude. Anything to add there, Dave?
I think one of my favorite new things you're putting on the website there, Jeremy, would be the mobile messaging. I really like that. We had talked about this the other day, and I think it's really cool that like I could be walking around at Walmart, and like you or Nick could be online and on the website or something, and I have a question, or somebody has a question about a game or something on the website, they want to direct it to me or you. We can be anywhere we want to be, and we can assist, and we can figure out the problem from no matter where we're at. I kind of like that idea. There's a couple things like the private messaging that we're missing out of the old FATO site. I remember I always wanted it, and I think it's really cool that you're putting it in here. The customizable content. Now that's something different altogether because every member can kind of shape to an extent the website. You know, they can customize it to their feel. That's something I don't run across on a lot of websites. Hardly ever, actually. It gives the members some control over what and how they navigate through the site. I kind of like that idea. But overall, I like the direction it's going. Hopefully, any future new members, I hope they like it too. You know, so.
And then we can kind of finish up here. On top of kind of talking about your new name, because I think we'll we'll kind of talk about why I think you need a new name and an in-game name and kind of handle there. There's something else that you kind of instant messaged me there, Dave, about Far Cry 2. Kind of I don't want to spend as much time as we did on Left 4 Dead, but I just wanted to kind of give kudos off to Ubisoft and their team. My profession, I work with them somewhat, and we can get into that in future episodes, what I do for a living. But I think that team just really kind of pulled off a huge feat. And you kind of talk about their just environment, gameplay, the AI. For me, I'm not going to give that the highest score, but I think overall they put together a great game. It's a little slow at times, but the fact that there's this huge world, and it's not a world like Grand Theft Auto, right? It's not a world where it feels that way, but it is this huge environment, and it feels real, and the lighting, the shading, all this shit. I just want to give props to Far Cry 2 team because I think they did an amazing job.
Oh, I agree. I fully agree. I like how, like you're saying, everything with the environment, and when it comes down to the gameplay, your main mission is to hunt down this one guy through the whole game. That's a lot better. I mean, it's got the openness of like, say, an MMO, and then in an MMO, you can choose, countless. Like WoW, you can choose countless objectives. Well, here in Far Cry 2, one of the things I like about it is, there's certain things you do during the game, but your main goal is to hunt down one guy. It kind of gives you more of a real sense of like a true life objective, and the environment. Like one thing I really like about the game is like the real time. Like 1 minute it's daylight, next minute it's night, and it doesn't seem like it happens. Like it's not like noon for 5 minutes and then midnight for 5 minutes. It's like everything slowly gets brighter and darker, and
It's real time. Yeah.
exactly. And the AI still surprises me. I mean, I've seen a bunch of negative reviews from people who have bought the game and stuff like that about how you can't drive your car 5 feet without having a bunch of enemy coming out of the bushes after you. Well, I don't know how they're playing the game, but I can jump in my little buggy and I can ride around for a long time before I'm running into people to shoot. I'm not getting in and out like every 5 minutes like some people are saying. So I don't know how they play it or where they're getting the negative from, but overall it's a great game. I think that one definitely deserves a pat on the back. I agree.
Well, then let's just kind of finish up. We'll talk about your name. I'll let everyone know that your name, your name usually in game is in some form or another has to do with Storm. That's your name. It's E, it's Diablo, and then there's Storm. So my thing there is I just want to say I think you need a new name. A new website comes a new name. We're redefining the clan. We're opening it up to instead of first-person shooters, which we gained 30 some odd members in the last 2 years, basing on first-person shooters. Now I think we need to kind of broaden that horizon. So we got a new site. We're doing MMOs. Guilds and clans for those, and maybe it's time for a new name. I think we should no more Storm. It's time for something else.
All right. We
But
can throw Storm away. As you were saying that at the beginning of the podcast here, I had an idea. I was thinking, well, as the new members come in and they're listening here and reading up on the forums and stuff, what would you say about maybe, and as people get to know me and you, what would you say about maybe throwing up a poll or something on the website and let everybody and see what they think. Let the members pick a name for me, whatever they think.
And the only reason is, I mean, it goes back to X-Men, it goes back to uh, a woman kind of association for me,
Yeah, I've
and
gotten that a lot.
so that's what we'll do is when the new site launches, we'll maybe you can continue to be Bumble Nuts. You've been going by that for a while, so maybe you can continue to be Bumble Nuts, and you'll be something else after that. We'll open it up to the community. I don't know. Sound good?
Yeah, I fully agree. I think I really do. I'm ready for a new name. So if we can't come up with something, we can let the community decide.
Maybe fucking awesome storm action. I don't know. Something else. All right. So well, that kind of concludes our first podcast. I think next time we got some stuff to talk about. We'll give you an update on the site. I think we've got some more games to kind of go over. What's our initial reaction of Gears of War 2? What do we think? Maybe we can deep dive into some more Far Cry 2, but we've got plenty of games in November and December that we can still talk about, as well as where we're moving in the future. And then what happens to Storm's name? Who knows? Maybe it's Lightning Jack, Jack Quack Storm, Dave. Who knows? We'll figure that out, but we'll catch you all on the flip side. And I'm E, and Dave. Anything else you'd want to add?
Oh, that should be about it. Thanks for listening, and see you again soon.
Giving me the strength